Hey kids, whoa, yeah, it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog. Whoa, radical, like you've never seen me before, looking absolutely hideous. Whoa, yeah, cowabunga. Eh.
Sega PC, let's see, Sonic 3D Flicky's Island. It was called Sonic 3D Blast in America. This is the PC CD-ROM version, suitable for 3 to 10 and everybody else as well.
Whoa!
Oh dear. Your favourite superhero is back. Superhero? Who calls Sonic a superhero? I love these old game box descriptions. Obviously written by people that don't know anything about the game or anything else. All they know is how to sell stuff. Well, all they know is how to talk about stuff like it's the best thing since ever. When it's just the best thing since well, nothing most of the time. Now I'll never forget the Sonic I'll never forget the Sonic Advance 2 box saying that this game is the ultimate portable experience. That's what it said. I laughed at that then. I laughed at that back then as well. I was 12 years old. I thought that was pathetic. I thought that was a really stupid claim. Now, that was right. Your favourite superhero is back.
Your favorite superhero is back, and in a massive 3D graphic sensation. Find, free, and guide the Flickies to safety in 7 action-packed 3D zones, with amazing hidden bonus levels, packed with power-ups and gold rings, all to help Sonic in his blistering battle with Dr. Robotnik. Be there, if you dare! Yeah!
And then there's all the other languages versions. One player. If I could get this waste-to-space CD to work on my computer, I'll be playing this for the internet. What's this say? Geigner och Altersberg. Well, some kind of foreign language notice. Even though this is the English version of the thing. I think somebody didn't quite do the proof checking of the packaging for Britain, but oh well. You're going to have 1 megabyte of hard drive space, kids. 8 megabytes of memory if you want to have a chance of playing this game. 75 megahertz processor. I think we might just have what it takes. We'll see though.
Wee-ew! Ow! Yeah! 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 Tubular! Gnarly! Groovy! Rock and roll! Juice! Hey kids, whoa! Whoa, etc. Whoa. Whoa, it's me. Yeah. Whoa. 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 It's me. Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog. Whoa. Hey kids. Whoa. Yeah, it's me. Sonic the Hedgehog. Whoa. Radical. Like you've never seen me before.
Sonic 3D. Everyone's favourite classic Sonic game. Sonic 3D Flicky's Island. And Sonic 3D Blast, made by Traveller's Tales, a European company. They also made some other Sonic games from this era. Oh crumbs, it's not even... The screen... Well, in true classic Sega fashion, the intro movie to this 3D Flicky's Island Sonic takes up 5% of the screen, just like a Sega CD game. Although at least this one's in a much smoother frame rate than the Sega CD, because this movie was only in the PC version. The Sega Genesis version of this game, on the other hand, also had an intro movie, but it was, I think I'm quite safe in saying, it was literally the worst thing to ever exist. So no more will be said of that. The intro movie on the Sega Genesis, very impressive technical achievement, but it's absolutely awful.
Whoa, it's me, yeah, whoa, whoa, yeah, whoa, whoa, it's me, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, whoa, hey kids, whoa, yeah, it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog, whoa, radical, like you've never...
Let's just jump straight into this. I'm not going to have any of my pretense nonsense rambling at the start of this. Let's just play. Well, that map loaded far slower in the back when I was playing this in 1996. Anyway. We're starting off with Green Grove Garden. This is the PC version of Sonic 3D. I notice when I press spacebar twice in a row, he jumps as soon as he hits the ground if I'm still holding the spacebar after having pressed it the second time. That's worth knowing. I've not done any preparation for this. I've not played this game since 1997 or something. What's the spin dash button? Shift, okay. Shift. Wait, spin dash and jump out all the controls you need in this game. So we're good for gold. Let's go. The history to me getting this game in the first place, way back in 1997, was that I had some game catalogue from some shop somewhere.
Whoa, yeah, take that! Ha! Sonic's my name, Sonic's my game! Sonic's my game, Speed's my name!
Sonic certainly is his name. Sonic's also his game, because this is his game. But I was browsing the catalogue of video games for the PC, and I noticed that Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles was in there. You could get the Sonic 3D and Knuckles for your PC. And I thought, that's awesome. I didn't have a Sega system, so I would finally get to play that classic game that I'd seen Rob play at his house. That was the most exposure I ever got at it. Or maybe it was just his brothers I got to see. I don't think I ever got to play it myself. But I was still really excited about Sonic. Sonic was an exciting, mysterious thing back then to me. Like he was with most people that didn't have a Sega, I imagine. He was really, really exciting. Mystical. Oh, look at that super fast hedgehog. His Chaos Emeralds. Amazing stuff. But I wanted Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And so I asked my dad, hey dad, can you go to the shop and get Sonic 3 and the Knuckles? And he ended up coming back with Sonic 3D, Flicky's Island. He came back with... I asked him to go and get what's commonly considered the best classic Sonic video game, and he came back with what is all quite often considered the worst of the classic Sonic games. So he got it kind of partly right. He got it right in some sense. He got the greatest extreme of he got a game that was on one of those two extremes, just not the right one. But whatever. I bought it and played it. I mean, I played it, and a lot of people can't stand this game. I certainly wasn't bowled over by it. I don't remember hating it, but then again, I never hated anything. I played it. I mean, I knew it wasn't. I knew that it was not normal Sonic. I think I just satisfied myself because I knew that there was this. Well, I was stuck with this. And back in those days, if you paid £40 for a video game, and you had to wait for your £1 a week pocket money to accumulate before you could get another one. So you just accepted what you had. So I played this. I remember thinking, well, at least it's Sonic the Hedgehog. He's got his noise when he jumps. He's got his spin dash. All the stuff's there. It's just all the things are there. It's just that it's in an isometric 3D environment that's not really real 3D that anyone cares about. It's not. It's fake 3D. I mean, if we're going to get technical about dimensions, then it does have 3 dimensions. You can walk left and right, you can walk up and down, and you can jump into the sky, which is different from walking up and down. That's 3 dimensions. The x-axis is this left and right one, the y-axis is the up and down one, and the z-axis is where you move when you go up into the air. It's got 3 dimensions, but it's not video game 3D, it's just silly 3D. No different from Super Mario RPG, which for some reason I remember as a child. Whoa, you've started there, the bat fast. Anyway, this is a special stage. I gave that bad render of Knuckles 50 rings, and he lets me into the special stage because Knuckles has become a sellout. That's the reason why we're buying them from him. Man, I feel as though the stage is going faster than it did in the original. It's just like the good old Sonic 2 special stages, though. There is no, like, way to predict if you're going to get mines or good ones. Brother. Is there going to be 2 phases of this? I can't remember. Sonic! Oh, there's rings on the left! You can hardly even see them. Man, this is bad. I don't think I'm going to get all the Chaos Emeralds. This game doesn't even save your progress either, the PC version. I think this is just going to be a demonstration. I'm not professional enough to bother to finish this game.
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald! Whoa! Radical, man! Tubular! Yeah! Far out! Way cool!
Good work, Sonic.
Yeah!
Oh, I forgot about these. Those loading screens like that, where it took half a minute to load every time. Brother. But Sonic 3D could certainly be Sonic 3 worse. Could be worse than what it is. It could be better too. Aye, Super Mario RPG had a similar style of 3D. And as a child I thought these games were meant to be rivals, like they were meant to both be competing with each other. I don't know where I got that idea from. The only reason I knew that Mario RPG even existed was because of the Nintendo magazine mentioning it, because it never came out in Europe. But yeah, I thought these two games were rivals because they did have the same isometric grid system. But there's certainly no competition. Super Mario RPG is certainly a much more... it's certainly much more a deep game than this. Whatever you think of the quality of either game, there's certainly a lot more depth and stuff in that than there is in Sonic 3D. There's no real comparison there. They're two completely different game styles. But anyway, Sonic 3D. I not even mentioned it, but what you got to do in Sonic 3D is you got to move around these 3D environments fairly slowly most of the time, because you don't want to risk hitting things, which will happen if you don't go slowly. And you've got to try and slam all of the robots that you can slam, all the slammables, the slammable robots, the robots that you can break apart and find within them the goodie contained that is the flickies that we're trying to collect. You got to get all 5 flickies in any given section of any given level. Like rolling into that purple thing there gets us one of the flickies, but once a flicky appears out of the robot, you got to walk into it and grab it. And then if you get hit by anything afterwards, then the flicky, which is now following behind you, as you can see, will run away. It'll just get scared and leg it. And the Sonzers has to... that's his name now. The Sonzers has to go and catch it, which is profoundly annoying. Especially in the later levels, where these flickies will bounce around all over the place and go every which way into the boiling lava and the ice-cold mountains and all the various other undesirable places that these flickies will get to. Oh, there's another Tails. And here we go. Although, you know what? I think I might be wrong. I think that in the PC version, you can't get 2 Chaos Emeralds in the same act. We're going to find out, though. How are you supposed to get those two? Jeez Louise. There's several versions of this game, and the one I have is for the PC. There was one for the Sega Saturn, and there was one for the Sega Mega Drive, aka the Genesis. But every one of those versions, for some reason, has a different special stage. As in, the special stage, not just like different layouts of the rings and mines, but the entire level is just a completely different style. It's weird. The Sega Genesis one is Sonic running along a bunch of wooden planks, gathering rings. And that one looks like the easiest one of them all, to me. That appears to be the easiest one. And the Sega Saturn has one that's very similar to this right here, except that it uses actual 3D models. Look at that, running into an extra life. The Sega Saturn one's similar to this, but it uses polygon 3D models for Sonic himself, and it's all much better, basically. And then there's this PC one, which is different yet again. I don't know why they didn't use the Saturn special stages. I guess the PCs couldn't handle it. I don't see why they couldn't handle it, but there must have been a reason. But otherwise, I believe all the versions are functionally identical to each other in gameplay terms. It's just the special stages that are different for the gameplay. The other differences are the music is different, the soundtrack's very different indeed in the CD versions. A lot of people don't like it compared to the Genesis one, because the Genesis one has more classic Sonic style music. The music sounds more like normal Sonic music. Whereas this music here is pretty easy listening radio. It's like a sort of thing you'd hear in Mavis Beacon teaches typing. you'd hear this on an elevator ride to meet with your great aunt Florence, because she lives in the top floor of the middle class building, and this is the middle class easy listening music that plays on the way there. You just make your own jokes. I can't be bothered thinking of one. I think my mind's lost it now. There's still another robot to find. The music's different in this version of Sonic CD, to get back to that. Other differences are, there's little graphical effects. I think that mole thing with the weird face, that mole digging a hole into the wall, is not in the Sega Genesis version. And there's some mist in the next zone that isn't in the Sega Genesis version. So just some really unremarkable updates like that. And other stuff too. The stone blocks we're walking along, these squares, the square grid looks more good in this version. But the graphics don't make the game, do they? And that's the crux of it. That's whatever you think of Sonic 3D Blast is going to hinge on what you think of that, what you think of the core gameplay. It's certainly a lot less fluid and exciting and fast-paced and free than the classics. It's like the whole thing is like a great big escort mission, really. You got to get these flickies and then guide them safely without them getting scattered. There's at least one type of flicky where if it does get scattered, then it bounces really high and far. It's just obnoxious. Like, it's an escort mission, which it's not fun. Ugh. No, I didn't actually want to bump into Tails again because I don't want another thing. I figure let's complete Zone 1. Let's finish the first zone. Maybe the PC version saves your progress. I don't actually remember. I don't think it does. We're back here again. If you pause the game, you get this extremely out of place, uncharacteristic scroll. Somebody unfurls a scroll in this Sonic game to tell you that you've got how many medals you've got, which are the little blue things that you can get when you jump on springs sometimes. It only ever seems to be when you jump on springs that you find them. You've got a map of the area, which is actually helpful. And then you got your time. I've been at this for more than 10 minutes at this point. And of course you've got the score, which doesn't matter. So it's a very different style of gameplay from the normal Sonic games, the old Sonic games. A bit like Sonic Labyrinth, really, which is a comparison that most people wouldn't want to hear. If your game's like Sonic Labyrinth, then it concerns people. But this it's certainly got some similarities to that. Okay, let's just get all the flickies in there. The more flickies you put into the ring at once, the higher your score is, but that doesn't matter at all, as I've said, so I don't know why I still tried to do that. I do. Whoa, that score really tallied up fast.
Sonic! Whoa! He's the fastest meatball alive! He's the fastest meatball alive!
Green Grove Act 2. Yeah, the original game had a really jaunty tune in this Green Grove. It was like, what was it? It had this really, like, wow sound playing it all. It didn't have that wow bit at the end, like I just did. You can probably guess that. Oh, Invincible. Another thing of old PC games like that when the music has to loop from the beginning again, when it's got to rewind itself, the game pauses for a second. Which would be completely unforgivable now, but people just accepted that back in the 90s. That was just completely normal for the game to freeze up while it resets the music. It didn't matter if it happened while you were right over a lava pit, where the tiniest misclick of a finger meant death. You just said, oh, okay, that's understandable. It's okay that this happened. I forgive you, computer. You just accepted it. Nobody accepts it no more. Nobody's tolerant of the computers anymore. It's just a heap of silicon to us now. Oh, I forgot something. The gold shield, which we've now lost. If you do a jump, and then jump again in mid-air when you've got the gold shield, you do an early version of the homing attack that Sonic picked up in his later 3D games. Oh wait, I've got the ball. I wondered where the things were. He gets a version of the spin attack. The homing attack, sorry. He'll home in. Wait, I think he homes in. Is that not what he does? He does something. He gets some extra jump attack in midair. Oh, let's have a look at the next bonus level. Let's see how hard it is. If the game saves my progress, I might consider playing the whole thing in several bursts. But if it doesn't, then there's a good chance I won't.
Oh, whoa! Not cool, man! Whoa! That's not how to juice! How am I supposed to juice? With mines? Not groovy! Oh!
Sorry, never said groovy. Oh, man.
Whoa! Hey, Rings! Come get some! Yeah! Take that, mines! Whoa! I'm the fastest thing alive! Oh! Oh!
At least Tails isn't here to mess with us.
Ah! Awesome! Only minus 26 more rings to go! Yeah! This is smoking! Too cool! This is Band Bobby Basler! Whoa! Come on! You can keep up with me! You're too slow! Gotta be fast! Gotta move it! Gotta go! Hyperspeed time! It's time to juice to the Ultra Mega!
You know he'd say that in the 90s.
Time to juice to the Ultra Mega! We gotta spin our tail flabblers!
Making Sonic look really uncool. That's the problem when you get that's the problem when an uncool person tries to pretend to be a cool person. They end up saying really uncool things.
It's like, whoa! Yeah, collect stamps today! Whoa! I've got a level 16 druid in my Dungeons and Dragons campaign! Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, Tails! What's up? Boy, I can't wait to spot some trains! Let's... Oh! Man, I hate sports! Yeah!
Sonic never talked like this. What am I doing?
Whoa!
Didn't do that. Sonic's been through a lot of changes over the years. He's still around though. This blue little hedgehog with shoes that goes really fast. That's his gimmick. He's a hedgehog and he's fast. It's ironic. That's the whole thing. That's all he ever was. He's still with us in the 2018. I don't know why this little guy keeps around. I mean, he was cool in the 90s. Everybody loved him. I loved him, but I don't know why he's still with us now. Same with the Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's the jumping bird. Why have they survived the 90s? Why did they cross the great gap of cheesiness? That, well, like all the cheesy stuff from the 90s was just when they tried to walk into the 2000s. Well, they got a free pass for a few years until like 2004, and then the bodyguards at the club forced them to leave forever. The likes of Clarissa Explains It All, and the Super Mario, Club Mario, and Vanilla Ice and everything else just had to leave, but just were quietly shown the door. These faded stars that everybody loved so much, and now everybody was just left wondering why they ever loved them. Well, you gotta watch out for your heroes. Because one day all of the heroes of today are going to be the has-beens of yesteryear. What's going to happen to Justin Bieber? Huh? Where's old Juster's going to go? Ed Sheeran. Where are these, the bad boys of today, going to be in another 10 years? They're going to be shown the door quietly as well. What happened to all the early 2000s Newgrounds Flash animations? Albino Black Sheep and that Final Fantasy VII tutorial about how to fight random battles, you know. Where are all these things? Pico's School. Pico's anything. Okay, so, well, where was I even going with all that? Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog has survived the 90s death. The death of the 90s. He survived by adapting, like most things do. Sonic has changed. He's not himself anymore. His old fans maybe don't want to admit that, but he's not himself now. He's got a very different personality. He's still a wise... Well, he's still meant to be cool, but now he's a snarky, sarcastic wisecracking. He's a bit more of a generic, modern, sarcastic hero than he is a cool...
That's juice! Whoa!
Cool guy.
Whoa! Yeah! Speed!
I don't know. But he's still got his attitude. Aye, and the Sonic canon that had been building up, the big intricate plot of the Sonic series, with Shadow the Hedgehog and all of the intrigue and things about Ivo, what's his name, Dr. Robotnik's grandfather, whatever his name was, and all the things. They just stopped bothering. After Sonic 06 upset everybody, they just stopped. They just backpedaled and all that. And Sonic's just had no story since. Shadow has not done a thing. In fact, well, nobody's done a thing since Sonic 06, really. Nobody has done anything of worth. They've not been playable, certainly. So Sega's been very... They've just decided to basically reboot him. They've never mentioned any of the old stuff anymore. The moon's not blown in half anymore. So I've got a feeling that no, they don't care about that. I suspect that none of that is like... I suspect none of that is a thing anymore. But yeah, I don't know why Sonic keeps surviving though. How does he survive things like that in Sonic 06? How does Corpse get out of that wreckage without being dead? How does Corpse get out without being a corpse? He survived. He didn't die. Why is that? I don't know how he made it, but he did, and here he is. But the whole intention I started that tangent with was to talk about his voice actor. The original voice, the Sonic voice from the cartoons from the 90s, was Jaleel White, who was a man that played a mad scientist in some American comedy that I've never seen. Steve Urkel. And so, yeah, they picked, he was a nerd in that, a scientist nerd. And so they decided to pick the scientist nerd geek boy to be the coolest, fastest thing alive for some reason. Who decided that? Who thought of that? We got to get this nerd kid from that comedy show to be the cool hedgehog. I don't quite understand how that happened. But then, anyway, he voiced him, and he was like... And his voice was, what was it?
Kids, there's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good. It's your body. No one has the right to touch it if you don't want them to. So what do? First, you say no. Then you get out of there. Then...
Yeah, so that's Jaleel White. That's what he's most famous for saying. Certainly, that's what he's most famous for saying nowadays. And then came the 3D games. I'm just doing my stream of consciousness here, so I don't even know where the last flicky is. Have we definitely explored all of this? Yeah. But then came Ryan Drummond, who was different.
Oh yeah, this is happening.
And what else did he say?
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald!
Oh, how did I miss you?
I'll make you eat those words!
And other things. He said that in the middle of someone else talking though. But that was Ryan Drummond. And then Jason Griffith came in and he did Sonic 06. And he famously raised his voice at the end of all his sentences. He wasn't that bad, but he certainly did that a lot. A lot to be noticeable. And people hated him. But I think they really hated him because he replaced the guy that had been doing it for a while. Which is always a thing that upsets people. And now he's got some other person doing it. Who, again, does it differently. The modern one now sounds like the sort of normal, modern, snarky hero that I was talking about. Whoa. No. I won't get into the special zone now. Not that I need to. And I hope this saves the game. But I don't know how much I'm going to have to talk about in Sonic 3D. Well, I always find a way, don't I? I'm good at coming up with complete randomness to fill a million years. I mean, I've been doing it for most of my life so far. I spend most of my time just talking to myself. So, I'm pretty good at coming up with insane tangents. That's one good thing about having a barmy brain, is that you never run out of material. There's enough fuselage in this gas can brain matter of mine to fill a fuse. To fill a hollowed out almond. Oh, again, we're missing a flicky. Hey, I can show you what the special attack is.
Whoa!
Oh, he just jumped straight down to the ground. No, if I find the remaining robot, the remaining badnik, which is what they called them back then. If I jump into the last badnik, I can maybe this will reveal itself to be a homing missile, the homing attack. Where is he though? There's the last one. Up here, maybe. Well, one reason to keep hold of these flickies, aside from just getting more points, is that you can reach those medals on the springs. That's why you want to do it too, but I don't care. Let's see if the... Right, well, this is the worst possible enemy to be doing this with, but let's give it a try. Oh yeah, he did it! He failed, but he did it. He hominged into him. Okay.
Whoa! Yeah!
Okay. Let's take down Dr. Robotnik and show him what happens when you mess with innocent birds. The flickies from this game were also in an old Sega Mega Drive game called Flicky. That's where they got their origin, I believe. The whole Sonic series took these birds from that game. It's an old, obscure little puzzle platform thing. Now, you know, actually I forget if maybe the third act is an entire level in this. I really hope it's not, because, let's be honest, Sonic 3D is not the best Sonic. I don't have a problem with this game, but I would have, back in 1995, if I had a Sega system and I'd been following this hedgehog, and, you know, if I'd been on bated breath, if I'd been slavering at the mouth for every one of his games that came out, then yeah, this probably would have underwhelmed me. I would have been not as pleased with this as with the other 2D games. But I would not have been upset to get this. I might have been upset with the famous stagnant period that Sonic went through after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Well, or this. After this, Sonic went for a while before he got another real game. He just got a bunch of racing game and a bunch of throwaway things before he got Sonic Adventure. And that's the point where the series, the fans are really split down the middle on how good the games are. Oh.
What? No! Whoa! No! Oh, Robotnik! Hey, Robotnik, you won't beat me because I'm Sonic! Hey, Robotnik, you're too slow! Looks like your spike ball doesn't have the spike to get me! It's not as good as my spikes, being a hedgehog! Whoa!
If I don't know what to say with Sonic, just go whoa! Whoa! Just make that sound that he never ever makes. That'll do it. That's what I'm going with.
You'll never beat me, Sonic! I've come to ruin your life once and for all! Oh, I hate that hedgehog! Oh! Ah! No!
Good riddance, Robotnik. I mean, Eggman. He's Eggman now. There goes Eggman, and now here comes the end of the video. Sonic got through Act 3. That's as good as getting through the whole game, as far as I'm concerned, because the whole game is basically just what we've seen. So, yeah, goodbye.
So long, kids! Whoa! Oh, Migs! Oh, what's this? Cool! Check it out! Whoa! Yeah! Up and down, up and all around, all the corners! Eat that! I'm the Sonic, the fastest thing alive! I am the Hedgehog! Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Fast! Gotta go fast! Whoa! Whoa! Gotta go fast! Whoa! Whoa!
Can we go back in here? Oh? Is there secrets? Is there a secrets back here? Is there no, there's not.
Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
That's another one of the graphical effects they put in this. The flipping tile here that does absolutely nothing whatsoever. Completely pointless. They added that to the PC and Saturn versions. That's where all of the hard time went for this upgraded port.
Whoa! Whoa!
I could spend all year running around as Sonic here, but nah.
I could go for a chili dog. Let's chill. Even without wings, I can still fly. Oh man, what's this? Oh, Dr. Robotnik's done it again. He's kidnapped all of Santa's presents. Now to go and find them in the North Pole.
Yeah, the Sonic the Hedgehog Santa Claus crossover special.
Whoa! But that's not all, kids. Stay tuned. More to come. That does it, Robotnik. I'm mad. Time to die.
Sonic never killed Dr. Robotnik. He's never going to kill him.
Time to pay for your crimes, Robotnik. I'm throwing you in the slammer. Time to get lost. Get the hint, Robotnik. You're bald. Take that. Whoa.
Oh, it's a 90s insult. I can't take it. Ugh, too powerful.
Whoa, Sonic the Hedgehog, man. Yeah, whoa, cool. I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. Whoa, yeah, cool. Even without wings, I can still fly. Yeah, whoa, hey, Robotnik. Whoa, yeah, hey, Robotnik. What's cooking? Got a juice. Whoa.